Hey clients and friends, this is Jay and Renee with this month's update. We're going to do things just a little differently. This time we're going to actually answer some of the questions that we routinely get from our clients. So I'm going to start out, and I bet you we've gotten this question almost every month as long as I've been doing this. All of the news and the volatile markets have me nervous about a crash. Should we move our investments to cash or to precious metals?
I think we're going to continue to see volatile markets mainly because of phones. I know we talk a lot about this in our meetings, but people just have instant news sent to their phones, which is causing trading. So I think that volatility is going to continue. We do not see any recession coming up in 2026. We've been to some economic forecasts. We think that AI is going to continue to have a significant impact on corporate earnings, a positive impact in that, which would lead down to, hopefully potential a good stock market for 2026.
Also, as we've talked about a lot in meetings with a lot of you, unlike the big crash of, say, 2008 and 9, there is a lot of cash sitting on the sidelines now that was not the case back then. Because of interest rates, there's a lot of money in CDs and money markets and short-term treasuries. And so if we do see, and we are going to see some kind of correction, but every time we've seen a correction, some of that cash seems to move over into the market looking for bargains. And so that's a big reason we also don't see a huge recession coming in the next year or so.
Currently with our portfolios, we're just being neutral. We're not bearish, we're not bullish at this point. We're really trying to look for good buying opportunities. Things are still overvalued, so there's just not a lot of activity going on right now.
So, gotten this question a couple of times, and once just recently, which is why I have it on here. The returns on my spouse's accounts has experienced much better or worse returns than mine. Why is that, and should they not be similar?
Well, that could be a couple of different reasons. One, sometimes we find that one person is more aggressive than the other, which would cause potential better returns if the market's doing well, but maybe not near as good returns if the market isn't as strong that year. Another thing is we'd like to diversify our clients' portfolios. We don't want you to be in the exact same thing because we want to have multiple buckets to choose from during market times.
And also, we don't know what's going to perform well necessarily this year versus, and so sometimes your account may be higher and next year it may be the spouse's account that performs better. So we don't want you in the same things, and we certainly, just because one account outperforms the other one year, we don't want to move everything there.
It also could be based on the strategy of when we'll be accessing that bucket of money. If we're going to liquidate one spouse's IRA before the others, we're going to be less aggressive on that client's account than the others.
Last question for this time. How often are portfolios being monitored for any potential needed adjustments? So our management team is looking daily at all of our accounts, all the news. They are sitting there in front of 4 monitors on every desk. They're looking for trends. They're doing a lot of in-depth analysis. So you will see at least quarterly in most of the portfolios, you'll see adjustments. But if news comes about that we feel like we need to react to, you'll see that happen even more frequently.
Mainly those quarter adjustments are just rebalancing the portfolio. If one sector has outperformed and is making up more of the portfolio than it should, we're taking a look at that and rebalancing it.
So I would just say, if you like this segment, we're going to always, moving forward, we're going to try to give you a little bit of our information, but we're thinking we might want to pick one question every time and answer that in these future videos. So if you have a suggestion for one, either put it in the comments or send us an email.
Just a reminder, a few things that are coming up. We do have our POZ class in Cornelius, as well as Winston-Salem starting towards the end of January and going into February. We're going to be doing our February gift basket giveaway, which is really awesome. It's going to have a great date night on there or in there. And then look for an email coming out in the next few weeks from Amelia to get your annual review scheduled for the beginning of the year. That's all we have today, and we'll see you guys next month.